creating the whole Fortnite map from chapter 4, and we start with Fancy Fields. Some really unexpected stuff happened while creating this map. I got visited by a spider when the map was almost finished walking over it. I would have loved to be quicker with this video, but then I got really sick. I got a cold over 3 weeks, and during Christmas I got knocked out, and so this map piece had to wait to be finished. Today it's the day we are creating Fancy Fields, this beautiful new location in the southwest of the new map. And as you know, I love creating maps. Some unexpected stuff happened during the process. I mentioned my cold, but the spider was my highlight, which I can't wait to show you in the end. We are starting with the creation. I'm using the blueprint, printed it out. It's the overview map right from the gameplay, and I used the scalpel to mark the clay. And now that we have created the ochre for the landscape, we can start working on the coastline. This is a slightly brighter blue, which I intend to use for the ocean. We have some brown for the wet sand effect, and now filling it all up with dark navy blue, and also bringing in some beautiful dents for some wave effects. We continue with the coastline, and I can't wait to show you what's created next. We have this gray, it's dolphin gray, and we are just cutting away really rough to get this beautiful rock effect. It shouldn't look like too artificial, but when just breaking away chunks of clay, it looks like this. Just beautiful. Filling up the other parts of the landscape with brown will bring in some muddy and warmer colors. Here you can see the coastline, but also this POI, the small island, which is connected by a line. Is it a slack line? Well, we will take a closer look later. I think everyone has his or her new favorite spots on the new map. I want to commit myself to create the whole map. The reason is pretty simple. Over the past years, I always wanted to create the whole map. You know this deep in your heart. I had no chance to create the whole map. It was just too much, too many locations, too much details going on the map. But this time, you saw this right at the beginning. I printed out the whole map, and I also choose a new scale. This is a tinier scale than I normally create map pieces, but it gives me the chance to create more of the map in just one video. This is just Fancy Field plus the area on the left side as well. And this is almost 1/5 or 1/6 of the whole map. So we are switching over to green clay. I have 3 different kinds, and we are mixing them all together, blending them in to get similar kinds of greens. For the grass, for example, the Terra Forming part is finished, and I'm slowly working my way up, not only on the huge scale that I want to create the whole Fortnite map, and I'm starting in the south, but also on this very map piece. I start to create with a system, starting on the bottom, and then working my way up with these beautiful fields and areas. Yeah, how to get all these fields right. Same technique I showed right at the beginning. I'm using the printout. Put it over the clay, using the scalpel or a needle to mark the clay underneath. For these paths, I just use my eye. I have a screen right in front of me with a gameplay, with a replay, so I can always visit the different spots I'm currently working on. This one, for example, the area with all the buildings, with the farm, was really hard to create because a lot of stuff was going on right there. The street was more simple because the fields already defined the area where the street is going through. Then we have some beautiful details like this field, for example, and a lot of rocks. So, how was Christmas for you? I'm curious to hear how you celebrated. For me, it was family time. A little bit chaotic, but we also made a beautiful fire in the garden from my parents' home. And a few weeks before Christmas, my brother told me or asked me if I want to have this gigantic old globe, a huge thing which you put on top of your shelf. Nobody wants to have this. Well, they look beautiful, but they need a lot of space. He asked me, I said, no, thank you. But I somehow knew that I would get it as a present for Christmas. So this year Christmas, we made a theme around, well, normally we don't make the gift giving, at least for me and my brother. This year we had a theme, World of Gambling. And this theme was so much open to, well, for the possibility to give a globe. I got a globe from him, covered with scratch cards. What he didn't know was that I also had a globe in the studio, which I made him as a gift, covered with scratch cards. Oh, this was so much fun. I think secretly he really hoped to get rid of the globe. Well, technically he got rid of the globe, but now we got a new one. And for next year Christmas, well, I think I will do a modification to the globe. Maybe I even make a video out of this process. Yeah, let's talk about the buildings. We have almost 25 different buildings. We have tiny huts. I'm focusing on the bigger buildings. And after often hardening, also painting them. This is the ship which we see. We have two ships on the map. One is right next to the coast, which we have just seen in the gameplay. The other one is located right next to the island with the slack line. Because I had to place like 200 tiny trees on the map, I asked Crystal to help me.
It was 120 trees, I think, that I had to do to show the technique to make the mass production of tiny trees. We almost ran out of wire that day.
Happily it lasted for all the trees on this map piece on Frenzy Fields. And now we are placing the buildings and the final trees. So the assembling part, basically. It's always the part which I love the most, because then the whole creation gets vivid and gets alive, and it's, well, almost the final look of this whole thing. Of course we will put it into the oven. We have some oven hardening ahead of us, so that the clay doesn't stay soft. Some more buildings for this farm with the two towers, and then some more trees and some more trees. We even have some pine trees there, so different types, some really tiny ones, I guess some fruit trees next to the farm. And the pine trees basically are on the left side, also very near to the island. This is another barn which we are placing this corner. There is the path to the ocean, to the coast. Okay. And this is the main mansion, the biggest building right in the middle on Fancy Fields. It's connected to the road and also covered by a lot of trees. Then we have the tiny lake with the house and some more pine trees as well. Over the past weeks, our community grew a lot, mainly because of two videos, the chainsaw video and also the chainsaw short. So make sure to watch these if you haven't. I think they were quite entertaining. And now I would like to read your comments, which topic you would like to see next on the channel. This is like the long-term project. I know, there's still Polus. I haven't forgotten all of you asking for the Polus map. And as promised, I started working on Polus again. I want to finish this thing as well. But well, focusing on the new Fortnite Island for a while. Ah, look at these tiny... Well, what are these? I think not really windmills. They have some solar panels onto them. It's a combination somehow. So maybe some of you can explain this to me. But we have 4 of them. We're placing them on the fields. And this is the slack line. I'm going to show you the final creation and then the footage with the spider walking over the map. So if you can't stand watching spiders, this is my spoiler. We are now taking the transparent polish. Oh, look at that. We need some more of this. The water looks so wet, so splashy, so alive, so vivid. And also for the lake, maybe a tiny bit of transparent polish. And guys, I can't believe it. This was so much work. I guess that's it! Frenzy Fields from Fortnite Chapter 4! Woohoo! What we got here? A tiny visitor. When I was shooting the thumbnail. Oh, this looks so surreal. Now I want to see a gigantic mecha spider in Fortnite. And when it comes out, you all write comments. ClayClaim predicted this. Whoa. Oh, you don't like my map, do you? Please don't leave. Okay, go. Stay. You're leaving. You're already leaving.